got some incredible news for you guys today. What's going on? Welcome back. Champions TCG has an amazing update coming. And guess what? We're moving on to Gen 3. That doesn't mean we're leaving Gen 1 and Gen 2 behind. Absolutely not. Here we have a lot of Gen 2 cards. And of course, here we have a lot of Gen 1 cards. You guys head over to ChampionsTCG.com. Get yourself set up. It's super simple. It's free to play. Tournaments every single day of the week. Essentially, sometimes maybe not on Sundays, but pretty much every single day of the week. You can play either with cards that you own or cards that are free. Very, very simple. I'd recommend, again, ChampionsTCG.com. And why not even join the mailing list right down here for more information to stay up to date. Let's head over to ChampionsTCG right over here on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Let's take a look. A new announcement's coming, guys. Gen 3 cards dropping January 21st. Guys, from today's date, that is only about 5 days, essentially less than a week away. Why not dive in to the blog and take a look? Epic battles await. Personally, I'm excited. Let's check it out. Let's dive in a little further. Okay, so what we're going to get over here for the blog is, of course, tons of information. I shared the blog many times, guys. Why not follow? Just follow Twitter. Get in the Discord. As a matter of fact, I'll show you exactly where the Discord link is. There's one right here. Absolutely click that link and check us out right over here. There's tons of information. Join the Discord. Boom, boom, boom. Right there. You can also find the blogs right there. Buy cards right there. Play and learn how to play. And of course, check out our YouTube channel where we have tons of great content. Super amazing talent and just interested parties here helping us out here, dropping content, giving you a realistic experience of gamers from all over the world. So whatever language you're looking into, whatever language you speak, whether it's English or Spanish or maybe Japanese or whatever have you, you'll find more details here in your language of choice. If you actually do want more details about this game, Champions TCG in your language, the best thing to do is drop a comment, either join the Discord, drop a comment, or leave us a comment right here on X, Twitter, and let us know. We are happy to give you, the people, exactly what you want and need. Okay, so why don't we get into this blog, right? So whether you're new or you're experienced, Gen 3, is around the corner. We had Gen 2 for quite a little while. Gen 3 introduces some new crazy abilities. I don't know if this is going to be a good thing. I don't know if it's going to be a bad thing, but I do know it's going to destroy a lot of cards and a lot of fear, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration is going to be brewing when somebody, for example, pulls out Wildfire, okay? So a subtle yet potent force, Wildfire is triggered with every card you play, scorching a random enemy card. Whenever you play a card, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. That is crazy. Tsunami, let's go. Summon the raging waters with Tsunami to deal a deluge of damage across enemy fields, deal 3 damage to any card, and then, of course, 1 damage to the rest of the field. So you might actually be careful. You might want to be careful because you're going to hurt your own guys, but this might be what you're looking for, right? Because especially when you have water decks, I'm going to go into some strategy, perhaps, some water decks, as well as death. You combine those two and you're knocking out multiple opponents, even your own. You're going to be boosting up some of your death cards. So let's go for a quick example. Some of these death cards that I'm referring to, let's say in Gen 2, of course, as you see some death right there, Soul Reaper. This card benefits from other cards dying on the field. It will get buffs of HP, some attack power. So I would just be, some some defense and attack power. So this to me looks absolutely incredible to me. Maybe OP, we'll see how it goes, right? Let the people speak. Again, like I said already, join the Discord. That's probably one of the best ways. Let's go back over here. Join the Discord right over here, right here, or right here, guys, right there. And drop some comments, get some gems, get yourself some decks, and maybe even a free complimentary deck. Let them know that I sent you. Right? Okay, so let's continue on. Let's go get a quick summary of these upcoming skills or these abilities here. So let's say Equality, a game changer. Let's highlight that. This ability acts on death, healing the weakest ally for a significant boost. So on death, heal the lowest player for 12 HP. Some of these could change over time. We've seen some adjustments and we'll get into those as well. But For now, of course, we have to do some play testing. We have to see how the community feels and see if there's anything that's just simply OP. Okay, so let's continue on. So we have Raise the Dead, death active. Okay, so invoke the power of necromancy to resurrect cards at no mana cost. Okay, so a true boon in grave situations. Look at that. Pay 6 life to resurrect a card on top of your graveyard. All right, let's continue on. That move is absolutely crazy. I want to see that in action, because sometimes you put something on the floor and it just happens to just get destroyed, and you're just like, my gosh, I didn't have a chance to do that, to play out my strategy. So with Raise Dead, we'll have another chance. Let's check out Supercharge. I hope this brings some excitement to the Lightning cards, because we've had some issues with Lightning cards in Gen 2. Maybe not being as effective as we want them to be. So hopefully Supercharge brings out the best in those cards. So with 10 or more cards in hand, this electrifying ability summons a double stat ally to supercharge your offense. More details have to be released about that. So we'll see how it comes into the gameplay in just a few days, right? Quantum Shift, Cosmic active. So Cosmic, let's check this out. Change the tide of battle by swapping this card with an enemy card, creating unexpected advantages. Imagine that. You lay a card out and it swaps, you get your opponent's card and they get yours. That could lead to some really destructive actions depending on what's on your team. We'll see. All right, now let's go for the last one here. Singularity. Okay, again, Cosmic. A cosmic implosion awaits with Singularity, decimating all cards on the field and empowering your hand for each destruction. Okay, destroy all cards in field. This card gains +3/3 for each card destroyed. Most likely that's going to leave your card susceptible to something like Hydroblast, but we'll see. Let's be patient on that, all right? Let's continue on. So some of these electrifying enhancements in the Gen 2 patch. Gen 2 also introduces 3 spellbinding ability changes that are set to ignite the battlefield. One is Combustion. Now, and even Hydroblast. We're going to get into these. Okay, so Hydroblast, Combustion, first of all, feel the heat of this explosive ability. Combustion inflicts a massive 6 damage to any target, but be aware, as this fierce blaze also burns you for 6 damage, demanding a sacrifice for its power. So this can actually deal 6 damage directly to any card, or even the player, the enemy player. However, it will also deal damage straight to you. So that is a change from the 80-20, 80% hit rate that Combustion used to have. Now it's perhaps 100% damage, but it's also going to deal 6 damage to you. So those fire cards that were once really, really tricky in a good or bad way, depending on which side of the field you're on, it's actually kind of more, it's simple. It's more simplified. You know you're going to deal 6 damage, but you also know you're going to receive 6 damage. Let's continue to Hydroblast. Unleash a torrent of power with Hydroblast, capable of drenching any, let's continue, here we go. Capable of drenching any champion with 7 or more life in a whirlpool of 7 damage. So let's go back over here. I want to look at a couple of cards, especially one specific card that can be so tricky to deal with. And a lot of you know exactly what it is. It is a 7/7 card. You got to throw 2 cards at this thing typically, or one of your strong rush cards to just take this guy out as quickly as you can. Freeze him. You don't really want to whirlwind them back, I guess, unless that's all you have. So now, instead of it just being 8 mana, or 8 life that is susceptible to Hydroblast, you can now target 7 health cards. So things like Shatter, that's kind of cool, because you can drop your Frostmane, for example, your Frostmare, and then you can go ahead and play your, let's say, Jelly or Jello, whichever have you, your Hydroblast, and you can personally shatter your own cards that have Shatter, dropping those ice cubes. So for those of you who are not familiar with ice cubes, let me go back to Gen 1 and we'll quickly take a look. Now, Ice Cube is not necessarily the most played card, but now that Shatter is around, Ice Cube happens to just be dropping all over the place, because Shatter is one of those amazing cards out there. I've got some great strategies for Shatter, and maybe we'll talk about that in another video. But when you use Shatter, upon death, you drop 2 ice cubes. So if you actually are in a position where you have, for example, a Hydroblast, let's head back over to Gen 2. Let's say, so here we have another Shatter. We can actually shatter this card or defeat this card on our own if we actually choose to. We can deploy this Frostwing, and then we can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to just, well, okay, I guess I can't do that because that's a 3 mana, but let me go back down to something that's, say, a 2 mana, like here we go, like a Jelly. So for example, you could go ahead and play, okay, fine, we can go ahead and play Frostmare and then go ahead and just drop Jello and actually shatter our own Frostmare, leaving those ice cubes which have provoke, which cause the enemy to have to deal damage directly to ice cube before they can start to target you. So, or of course they can use something like Earthquake or something, but you get my point, guys. This actually creates more control for the player who actually has played cards with Shatter. I do like it. I'm also sad that Cryo Slice can be taken out quickly with Hydroblast, but I also like the fact that Hydroblast now has more utility. Yes, it was great when it was only 8 mana I keep saying mana, but 8 life that you need to shatter or to use Hydroblast. But the issue with that was that people weren't really bringing Hydroblast very much at all because it was only used very circumstantially. Now, quite a few cards have 7 or 8 life. I mean, you're seeing right here, Guaking. You can, of course, same deal with Shatter. You can go ahead and play your Guaking, and in the same hand, you can go ahead and play Hydroblast and go ahead and take out your Guaking and activating Retribution, which will deal damage to everybody on the opposing side. Well, not necessarily everybody, providing that they don't have, for example, an ice cube that can just absorb that damage. Let's continue on because it's getting a little complicated. And finally, Inferno now inflicts 1 to 6 damage. Okay, so it used to deal 1 to 9, and sometimes that was too much of a game changer. So I think a lot of us might be pleased to know that it only deals 1 to 6, and at the same time, that may give your cards that are Inferno cards a better chance of actually surviving. So let's go back again to these cards. Why not dive in a little bit deeper? And let's look at some of the Gen 1 cards that are the lower cost Inferno cards. Maybe in some ways, maybe the best Inferno cards so far. So for example, Flammy or Flammarai, things like that. These cards used to take 1, or let's say Inferno Bot, they used to take 1 to 9 damage. And a lot of times you'd play your own Inferno card and you would essentially decimate yourself as well as the opponent. And that might not necessarily be the best strategy. I mean, ideally we can play a card and still have it in place. So something like Flamer D's, for example, may actually survive. It only deals 1 to 6 damage, and the chance of it dealing 6 are, 1 out of 6, I suppose. So there's a better chance that you drop a card with Inferno and you actually survive. But at the same time, there's a better chance that your enemy or your opponent survives as well. So for example, Magmantis will always survive because he's got 8 health. So you can't technically take yourself out. Dracoferno, or Crematorius, these guys will definitely survive. Something like Scorchwing, which is one of the greatest cards in the game, 2 mana, 4/5. This thing pretty much has a 5 out of 6 chance of actually surviving with the new dynamics that we have going on here. Let's continue on, okay? So, guys, of course, there will be some perks here. So for the people who actually decide to jump in super early, right? Let me scroll down. Oh, here we go. The first 250 boxes and 100 case purchasers will be airdropped a special limited edition card, which is a box topper. Guys, check out the prices here. Single packs, essentially 35 cents per card, and the more cards you get, you actually save. So personally, I'm absolutely all for buying more cards. Let's go back over here. You can go to the market. Of course, this is where you buy cards in a couple of ways. You can buy cards directly from the secondary market, but you can also buy packs. And these are Gen 2 cards, by the way, but you can buy packs directly from the market over here. Or, of course, you can go to the shop and you can buy some Otherworldly gems. Guys, I'll pin a video at the end of this one to show you guys how to buy gems, and how to shop essentially in the marketplace, in the shop, pardon me. Right, so you can shop for gems, and then you can go ahead and spend them to buy X amount of packs. And of course, 200 card packs will get you the most value. Also, why not mention this since we're here? You've got these cool avatars as well. I typically just keep it simple with the Turdy, the simple, good old, trusty Turdy. For those of you who don't know Turdy, you guys want to check out Turdy? Let's go. Where's Turdy? Where are you, Turdy? Let's find you. There we go. Turdy is a classic, is a legend, guys. So let's continue on. This is hilarious. Don't be late, you know? So mark your calendars for 4 p.m. Eastern, okay, on January 21st. As of this recording, just a few days away, Gen 3 is about to hit. And you, like I said, you guys got some deals here, some perks, right? So join us in the Discord. Why not? We've got lots of tournaments, as you see here. We've got the $75 daily tournaments plus the weekend tournaments. And you also get the ability, or the opportunity, pardon me, to win some pretty cool cards, okay? And a lot of these cards, guys, are... well, pretty much all of them are tournament edition cards. So they're all special edition cards. If you're actually curious to know more about the tournament edition cards, you can always come to the marketplace, okay, over here, and you can look for tournament edition. As you see here, leaderboard edition, things like that. Holiday edition, you can see things like that. So let me just click this so you guys can take a look. And there you go. These are some of these tournament edition cards. And they're not necessarily cheap, but aren't they absolutely fantastic and beautiful? Look at this. These are some really, really cool designs, right? Oh, I love that Nordy. He looks so pudgy, but it's so cool. That Mecha Wing is absolutely sick. I like that a lot. That is so cool. That is so cool. Look at that Munta. That is so cool. I definitely got one of those. Look at that. Look at that Dury right there. Look at the Crocjaw. That looks like a fierce, fierce Crocjaw. And this Galefin looks pretty sick too. I really like that. Guys, this game, to me, you know, you guys know I've been a believer in this game for so long. Oh, come on, like I'm right here, right? So set your calendars, guys. January 21st, Gen 3 of Champions TCGs coming through. That means 3 generations of amazing cards. The gameplay is so fun. Check us out here, guys. We've got lots of videos, like I said. You know, check out our playlist because you'll notice that we've got a lot of different languages and even more languages to come. So perhaps if you're German, perhaps if you're French, maybe you're Italian, come through the Discord. Let us know. Leave a comment on any of these videos and let us know what you guys are looking for. What can actually make your experience playing this game better, right? So what I want you to do, guys, is watch this video on how to buy gems and how to essentially shop for new packs. And I will catch you guys in the next one. All right. Until next time, guys, take it easy.